Hey, I'm Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries. Let's cleanse our energy and get grounded so we can receive the information that we need to hear, okay? All right. So, of course, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But be open to the messages that you need to hear during this time. So, immediately, I feel the energy of transformation. Of course, this is Scorpio season. We just had a new moon in Scorpio. Okay? And from what I gather from this energy, a lot of us are enforcing boundaries. We are commanding the attention of a lot of people right now. So our names probably were in different rooms, of course, and people discussed us, wanted to get a feel of our vibe. But now this mystery is appealing, it's alluring, and people are attracted and drawn even the more during this time. So if you were a person that kind of stayed to themselves, that was kind of an introvert in a sense, people want to know more about you and they're paying attention. Okay, give me one card. Give me one more card. So with this energy, a lot of you are embarking on new territory, is what I'm hearing. A lot of you are taking a chance on yourself and not even considering it as a chance. You're actually seeing your potential and you want to capture the essence of that. Okay? You no longer want to play small. You no longer want to live vicariously through other people. You want to have your experiences and experience them very well. So fully engage in your life experiences. You no longer are allowing experiences to happen to you per se. You are actually taking control over your life, and you're actually saying, you know what? Why not me? Why not? So I am very proud of us right now during this season. This is new moon energy in Scorpio. And if you're not aware, this is Scorpio season. So I want to say happy birthday to all my Scorps. Okay. So from what I'm gathering here, I pulled a card that details initiation, spiritual testing of Ra, and the Lady Isis. And with this card, when I touch it, if you're not familiar with my type of reading, especially in my personal readings, I like to touch the cards and I get messages that way. So the energy here, I heard captivating. Okay. So this initiation is opening you up and is opening you up to new opportunities to be able to express yourself. It's not that you never had these attractive assets or skills. It's more so that you're a little bit cautious of what you showed, people. You were a little bit cautious in really showing that side to anyone, really the ones that knew about your personality or your certain gifts or talents were the ones that were really close to you. And there were very few, okay? It wasn't a whole bunch of people that were aware of this. Very few knew just how skillful and talented and interesting you are. All right. So this time frame is like opening you up, showing you how not only there are opportunities out there for you to try out or experience, but it's like a why not? Like go for it. And a lot of you all are not necessarily feeling impulsive, although there are some people I'm getting like an impulsive energy. So be careful with that so that you don't act on something that may be a scam, that may be something that is not integral. So just make sure that you're not being anxious for anything, okay? So with this energy, I'm getting that a lot of you all are betting on yourself. I have my dog right here. That's what I'm checking out. I wish you could see her. But a lot of us are opening up and sharing a side that we kind of protected. And I don't want to necessarily say that we feel vulnerable right now, but if you want to use that word, for the lack of better words, vulnerable, but not in a negative sense, in a very positive sense, where you're actually showing this interesting side of you, where you're not just, you know, Daria in a sense. And even Daria to me was cool. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Daria back in the day on MTV. Na, 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 na. But that side is showing more and more. I'm seeing that some of you are being spokespersons, representatives, ambassadors, facilitators. So you're actually being initiated into more authoritative roles or positions, okay? And that's a good thing because your gifts need to be seen. People need to hear you. And I think that's a good idea. You know how you feel like a hair? Okay, so initiation. And I'm hearing the energy of pursuit. And even that phrase from the movie, it was actually a book, I believe, Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. And I believe his son, Jaden. I'm getting the energy of pursuit of happiness. So if you are familiar with that story, this man was absolutely, positively giving his all, his best. Like he was persevering through so many obstacles. And I'm seeing that some of you have been through some of the most challenging experiences. Like you have really paved your way to be where you are. You really have put in a lot of work. You really have put in a lot of effort, not only in your vision, but with yourself as far as how you see yourself. And I'm seeing lifestyle changes, major lifestyle changes. So affecting your love life, affecting your diet, affecting like your routines, affecting how you show up. Personal appearance, I'm seeing, is very intentional for you. Like being up to par or looking your best is really your focal point. Showing up as how you feel. So a lot of you all are starting to feel good about yourself. And so since you're feeling good about yourself, you want it to be presented in your presentation, in your physical appearance. Okay. I'm seeing that some of you are having escapades where you're having more emotional, fulfilling, and romantic expressions of love. Okay. And if you hear her, she's an older dog and she's kind of snoring. So the next card that came out is Divine Sunchild, Blessings of the Sun Falcon. Okay. So radiance is highlighted. I'm getting heavy solar plexus and sacral energy. And in turn, it will actually affect the root chakra, which is your stability and your needs being met. And even the sacral, I'm seeing like you're more passionate. You have more passion for life. You have more drive and creativity. With the solar plexus, I'm seeing more confidence, like really pursuing things that you feel like you can achieve. And it's not far-fetched. It's not like a thing where you're pushing yourself outside of your element to the point where there's no essence of you in it. And it's like you're making this complete new character, although some of you feel like you have to do that in order to take that leap of faith. But I'm seeing most of the people that I'm speaking with or speaking to are already possessing a lot of these fiery traits within your nature, and you very well may have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries within your chart, but you really haven't shown that part. So some of you may be Leo rising, some of you may have Aries in your chart, particularly like Venus or Mars. Some of you, let me see, some of you may actually have like Leo in your chart. Yeah, Sagittarius, like Leo, Sag, and Aries. So I know we have Mercury in Sagittarius right now. So you may be coming up with your own philosophy, like your own philosophy of life. Like you're no longer like adopting other people's beliefs. Although it's nothing wrong with if you find something like, say for instance, carpe diem, or seize the day, seize the moment. It, you know, those little things that may be highlighted as far as ways to live, you're actually creating your own path. You're creating your own thought process, and it may not be like everyone else's, especially from what I'm seeing, your love connections. So you may have a non-traditional commitment or connection. You may actually be doing business in a different way than what is typical corporate type structures. You're actually pursuing something that is you have your own model, your own way of doing things, and it works because you actually believe that you could do it. So from what I'm gathering, a lot of you all are saying, I want to try this. And you're not even considering the what if I fail. Like no one, from what I'm tapping into, no one in this group is actually saying what if I fail. They're not even considering that. They're actually saying, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna apply for it. I'm gonna speak to that person. I'm going to show up at that event. I'm gonna go into that engagement. I'm going to update my resume or update my website, or, you know, hire the necessary help to assist me to take my business to another level. So I keep mentioning business. So evidently some of these people are entrepreneurs, business owners, and I'm seeing that it's like a light switch went off, and it was like, oh, I can do this. And it just, I don't know if it's just because of the season, or I'm even seeing travel for some of you all, and heavy energy as far as entertainment or creativity energy. Okay, so let's see. Blessings of the Sun Falcon. I want to get some more information for the blessings of the Sun, Divine Sun Child, blessings of the Sun Falcon right quick. Some of you, this was your past life. Like you were supposed to be in the forefront. Some of you were advisors for other people, but now you can use that expertise in this lifetime to actually fulfill a role that is for you to pursue, where you're not in debt to anyone, where you don't have the golden handcuffs. What that terminology is, basically you have this luxurious lifestyle, but you're bound by people or situations. It's like a freedom right. That's what I'm hearing. And right, like RITE. So this initiation is opening you up to be more in the forefront and more in control of your destiny and your purpose. And again, from what I'm gathering, some of you from the past life, y'all didn't get a chance to fulfill that, and you live through others, or you live for others. Okay. I'm also seeing that some of you also may be Taurus rising, like, or have an earth element within your chart, where you're now creating structure or pursuing things with more organization, with more determination, and wanting the stability, and you're exercising that. Okay. Horus, the divine sun child of Isis and Osiris, was born out of impossible circumstances through the great devotion of his mother, Isis, and her loving determination to heal her husband and bring him back to life, to eventually become king of Egypt, defeating dark forces that would seek to destroy him and all that he loved with great triumph. It is a story of the divine hero of Egypt. It's also a metaphor for our inner world. Our divine feminine must stay true to her values of love, healing, and the triumph of creativity over destruction, born of fear and hate. She must never give up her belief in her ideas. Our divine feminine is our body, whether man or woman, our inner values and the ideas that make our hearts beat stronger and feel right within our belly. So remember, I said the solar plexus, but I'm seeing the heart energy as well. The heart energy is pursuing the things that you really love, okay? Seeing that you have this harmony with these endeavors that you're wanting to pursue, as well as connections, because I'm seeing some of you did not, you were a little bit antsy or a little bit skeptical as far as having connections that were so close to your heart, that you're actually opening up yourself to pursue those connections or just to experience them, not necessarily go after them, but actually saying, you know what, I'm open to new. I'm open to try something different than I typically sample or dabble in. With such love for her inner divine masculine, she never gives up on her belief in him either. And in her desire for their togetherness, it leads to his healing, even if he has been lost, fragmented, and thought dead. The divine masculine is our spirit, whether man or woman, that our body desires to unite with, to help it come to life and light in a new and blissful way. The love in our hearts calls our spirits home into our bodies. We become able to stand firm, take action, and make choices that allow our inner ideas to become part of our world. We live according to our values, not just hold them inside of ourselves. Okay, so there's a unification, like a consciousness or awareness that we are being more authentic to ourselves. And again, I'm getting heavy energy of past life energy, and even probably a good percentage of this life, where some of us live for others. We were caregivers, parents, sometimes even parenting our own parents in a sense. Some of us had sacrificed greatly for causes that really weren't authentic to our path, like wasn't our truth. And now it's like this lifetime, or this, we have this ability to not only recalibrate, but change how we lived and actually live fully in this lifetime. Okay, we're integrating all of our layers within ourselves. And I'm hearing justice and just cause. So justice is not just about legal situations, although if you do have some legal situations, what you get, what you put out, you get back. And I'm getting a lot of positive traction when it comes to that, as far as the people that I'm speaking with. So I don't get anything negative in regards to legalities, but it's more so like karmic justice, okay? Where it's favorable for those who have really been toiling and those who have really put in the work, those who didn't give up. And it's not to say that that is what our life is supposed to be, is about hard work. But a lot of us did not get a chance to pursue things we love and actually put the effort in it, because we were doing that for others, or we didn't have the ability to do so, let alone the knowledge. Okay, so I want to get 3 cards to give me a little bit more details on these specific situations regarding the current energy. And I heard open up. So a lot of us are opening up because I'm hearing all of the chakras. So I just heard crown, I just heard throat, speaking our truth, receiving those downloads, using our intuition. I'm also seeing how our heart is activated. So if there's been situations that have been lingering and you've been just kind of coasting along and saying, okay, I'm gonna deal with it just because, or out of convenience or out of fear of not knowing how it will pan out. Sometimes we get comfortable in those type of situations. And it's like I'm hearing the term topsy-turvy. I'm not necessarily sure what that is, but I'm seeing a table flip over. So you know how there's a table that has maybe has two sides, just like a coin. So maybe it was like a type of card game on the top and like, or solitary or something I'm seeing. And then on the other side, it's like rolling the dice. So the other side that is flipped over is like rolling the dice, and you're actually, if you want to call it a gamble, I don't really consider it a gamble, but a lot of you all are doing things that you want to do, and you're not beholden to anyone in a sense. So the high priestess comes out, okay? The high priestess, which is a very magical and spiritual card. I had spoke on a live earlier, a few days ago with Star Ray, and basically we were talking about how a lot of us have made this full circle of, you know, if we were outside of our element and we were just doing what we were told or being complacent, we're now returning to our authentic selves. And there was back in the day, there used to be a high respect or high regard for those who were considered high priestess, those who knew all the old wives' tales or knew how to use certain herbs to heal or treat certain conditions, was able to foresee the future. All that energy is coming back full circle, where at one point it was deemed as witchcraft or sorcery or something evil or taboo. Now we're going back into those elements and we're using them in our creative spaces. So a lot of us are tapped into our spiritual side. Some of us are incorporating it into our lifestyles, our practices, like our businesses. And we're showing this witchy vibe or mystical or occult side of us, whereas in the beginning we probably didn't showcase that. Also, I told you the throat activation, which is the King of Swords, where now we're being a little bit, I'm hearing cutthroat, but I'm hearing that a lot of us are speaking our truth and establishing those boundaries where people were used to telling us what to do and we would do it. Now we're actually calling things out and letting it be known that we see them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a toe-to-toe back and forth type of thing, but sometimes things need to be said in a way where the person knows enough is enough. Okay. That has been triggering us, that have been crossing boundaries, that has been disrespectful, that has been, you know, dishonest. A lot of us are like calling it as we see it. Now I also see Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a very sexual energy. A lot of us are tapping into our sacral. I spoke about earlier, a few days ago, I spoke about the sacral and how the womb is a portal. It's a portal of information, of DNA. And there's an activation that is going on, especially in the divine feminine. But men are awakening too. So I'm noticing I'm getting more clients that are of masculine energy that are seeking the help to tap into their spiritual side, to integrate their masculine and their feminine, because some of us have been told incorrectly in a sense of what masculine, what feminine, and that representation and what it looks like. So a lot of us want to heal those disconnects and actually integrate and really make ourselves whole. And it's usually a lifetime experience as far as doing that, because we are discovering different things of ourselves every single day, every given moment. You can think of things that you have learned about yourself. And really, a lot of us are pursuing things that feels good to us, that resonates with our energy, versus, again, we were in this comfortable, stagnant energy. And now we're like, no more of this. We want to actually feel alive. We don't want to just exist. So that Ace of Wands energy is opening us up, pursuing certain things that we probably couldn't have imagined by now to pursue, And I'm hearing it was destined. So the time frame, you may have been concerned about the time frame. You may have felt like maybe you were running out of time, but you're actually seeing it's very possible and it's very near and it exists right now as far as the energy moving and shifting to your aligned and destined path. Okay, this is the current energy that I'm speaking on. This is what I'm feeling for a lot of us. We're feeling alive. We're getting this activation. Some of us are actually dancing more, being more in tune with our bodies, being more in sync with the elements. I'm seeing that some of us are even doing rituals. And rituals doesn't always have to be candle magic, although that could be. I'm seeing that even the way you show up in the world every single day, whether it's setting intention setting, whether it's making up your bed, whether it's exercising at the top of the day, as soon as you rise, you're meditating or doing something that is healing to your spirit. A lot of self-care is focused, and I did hear something in regards to medicinal. So some of you may have been tapping into your herbs, in your plant medicine. You're also tapping into that mysticism of the fairy-like energy. I'm getting, especially when it deals with the trees and the flowers and being outside. And I'm seeing like rivers or like lakes and waterfalls, like a lot of water element and a lot of earth. So it's finally this activation that has come upon us that in spite of what we've been through, in spite of all the things that have come our way, we are actually saying, I want to live, I want to thrive, I want to feel. And that is a great way to be right now. Again, travel. Some of you are interested in Indonesia. Some of you are looking into tropical, I'm hearing tropical water, but tropical retreats or locations. I don't know if it's for a business, like a retreat, or if it's a thing where you just need it and you want to pursue that for yourself. But I'm hearing green light. I hear go. And at the bottom of the deck, I want to share with you Santa Muerte. Okay, that is the scorpionic energy. That's the death card in a sense, if you're comparing it to Rider-Waite Tarot. But this is a rebirth, okay, a metamorphosis. So some of us had to let go and let a part of us die in a sense, not to be, in a negative energy, but, if we had sabotaging ways, ideas that really didn't serve us, kept us stuck or stagnant as far as our relationship with stability and money and expansion, staying in comfort zones because we didn't want to speak up or look a certain type of way. I'm seeing that a lot of us are not being scared and we're actually pursuing the things that we've been wanting to pursue for a very long time. So that's all I have. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope this energy carries you onward and forward to new territory, experience. I'm seeing good food, like experience good health, like pursue a healthy journey for yourself, like see yourself better. I'm also hearing that some of you all need to incorporate turmeric, okay? You need to incorporate turmeric, and I'm hearing ginger and more spice, more foods that are indigenous or more foods that are earthy or separate from, how can I say, drive-through type restaurants. Like separate yourself, start to like peel away from that, like start making home cooked meals. You're going to actually be motivated to start cooking more, okay? And if you do go out, it's going to be like authentic cuisine, like foods that are made right then and there and not like refrigerated or freezer. And then they just put it on the skillet to heat it up or put it in a microwave or oven to heat it up. It's actually fresh ingredients. So again, Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries here, checking in with you. Be well. Take care.